Hi everyone, my name is Serena. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to do my first ever secret TBR. Today is Tuesday the 20th of October, and I wanted to start this vlog last week, Wednesday the 14th, I believe. And I have a little footage in which I choose the books that I want to read, and I'm going to show it to you now. But I ended up not reading the days after that because it was a crazy weekend. I finally got my degree. I graduated. Here's some pictures and such. Why did I think that I could read that weekend? I don't know. But now I am. Let me just tell you, I'm going to read thrillers for the first time. That's exciting. It's almost Halloween. Here we don't celebrate Halloween in Italy, but I still want to read some spooky stuff. Let's see if I like the genre. So here are the clips that I filmed on Wednesday. It is 10:30. Yes, 10:30 a.m. My eyes are kind of hurting because I changed my glasses. I changed the lenses of my glasses because my eyesight has gotten a bit worse. Besides feeling like I'm in a fishbowl because I guess I have to get used to them, I woke up with such sore eyes. I have to take my mind off this, so let's begin. A while back, I decided that I was going to, because I had this video in mind for a while. I decided that I wanted to read 5 books. And let me just tell you what these books are. I don't remember why I choose a few of these, but let me just tell you. First of all, I really want to read the classic thriller, Gone Girl. And even though I watched the movie like a long time ago, I don't remember every single thing. Then the only physical book that I have right now is You by Caroline Kepnes, and I decided on picking this one up because first of all, I really want to watch the show, and second of all, maybe it's one of the easier thrillers, if you know what I mean. Then I want to read My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Blaithwaite. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, probably. But I want to read diversely, obviously. I want to read a thriller by a Black author. So I have this one, plus it's very short. I want to read The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. And the last one is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. And I think I decided that I wanted to read these last two because I've watched a thriller recommendations video. I think it was a live video because there were a lot of booktubers giving recommendations, and these were 2 that were recommended a lot. Other plans for this week, first of all, graduating, because Friday I'll be officially graduating university. I know it feels like every single month I say that I'm done. Well, I basically finished university in June, but there were a lot of problems that I need to solve, and now finally on Friday I'm getting my degree. So that's exciting. I'm looking on Scribd to see which one is available, and I decided to start with The Kind Worth Killing. So I don't know if I should start with this one, but I just really need an audiobook right now. Hey guys, so it is 2 a.m. I'm just going to talk about my first thoughts and really what this story is about because I didn't really know what it was about. It is a two point of view story, and one is from the man's perspective, Ted, and the other from Lily. The story begins with Ted taking a flight from London to Boston, and he meets this woman, Lily, and they start a conversation. He then talks about how he found his wife cheating, and he jokingly says, I guess jokingly, but I don't think, that he wants to kill her, and Lily answers that she would love to help him. And I guess we're at the point of the story that things are going to happen. And the other point of view is about Lily when she was 13. Yeah, it's like her backstory, so we're going to figure out what's going on. The Kind Worth Killing, the title, is explained, and basically Lily says that she's not opposed to murder because everyone is going to die, so what difference does it make if someone kills someone before their time? I guess something like that, she says. So the Kind Worth Killing, I guess his wife is Miranda is worth killing. So we'll see about, I'm curious to know what's the twist, because I guess there is going to be a twist. So I just wanted to briefly talk about my first impressions, and it's good so far. So as you saw, I read a little bit of The Kind Worth Killing, and today I'm planning on finishing that, so stay tuned for my thoughts. Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, and last night I finished The Kind Worth Killing, and I'm gonna talk about it later because what I want to do now is try a Halloween makeup. I'm not great at makeup. I never done like a serious Halloween makeup, so this is gonna be a disaster. But you know, I always try to find something to do while I'm listening to an audiobook, and what I'm listening right now is My Sister the Serial Killer, and I'm already more than halfway through, I guess, because this is only 4 hours and I have an hour and 40 minutes left. So I'm gonna finish this today as well, so I have 2 books to talk about, but let's see how this goes. I doubt it's going to be successful, but let's see. This eyeliner dried up. This isn't that good. So this is the final look. I have just finished My Sister the Serial Killer, and I have to make my mind up because it wasn't like the other one, The Kind Worth Killing, because there weren't a lot of twists, you know? It is about these 2 sisters who one of them always kills her boyfriends, and the narrator, the bigger sister, helps the little sister get rid of the bodies and keeps her secrets. It's more about character growth, I think. So there is that thrilling element, you know, a woman who kills her boyfriends, but there are not a lot of twists. It's just straightforward. I was predicting some things that didn't happen, so it wasn't, you know, that the ending wasn't that exciting, but
It was enjoyable. I liked it. I have to think about it more. Let's talk about The Kind Worth Killing. The Kind Worth Killing, on the other hand, had a few twists. The first one I was not expecting. I wasn't like shocked, but I wasn't expecting it. Last time I updated you, I was still on part 1. And by the end of part 1, something happens that normally doesn't, you know? There are other points of views and stuff, so there is a part 2, and then at the end of part 2 another thing happens. And then I was like, what the hell is going to happen in part 3? Nothing else can happen. But another twist happened. The second one I was expecting kinda, and the third one wasn't that great. But the first one was the best of the 3 twists. And the ending is kind of, it's not straightforward. It's like you guess what is going to happen. And I like that. The way it was written, it was interesting. If you did predict the ending, it was kind of repetitive, but I thought it was good. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It was a good first thriller. And Lily, the main character, is likable. Even though she's a villain, she's likable. I can't believe how these characters find motives to kill people so easily. You know, the motives are also very basic. You know, it's kind of unrealistic, but there are people like that maybe in the world. Of course there are. Now that I'm finished my second book, I'm gonna think about it and maybe give you some other updates later about it. And I'm going to start another one, and I'm thinking about starting the only physical book that I have. Unless I'm going to do something in the meanwhile, I'll listen to the audiobook. I think it is on Script. But I just want to physically read too. And this is You by Caroline Kepnes. I've heard that this is a simpler thriller. And if you're an avid reader of thrillers, you may not like it. I'm not an avid reader of thrillers. Hence this video, first time reading thrillers. Do you like my makeup? Random. I also wanted to say that with this makeup, I was going to do like a spider web, but as you saw, my liquid eyeliner gave up on me and I had to change idea. So yeah, and it ended up being a sort of clown. I put my hair in ribbons, and yeah, just to pass the time. So I am on chapter 3 of You, and I knew it was in second person. I never read a book in second person, I think. And it's creepy. It is creepy. It's about this guy who works at a bookshop, and then there's this girl who buys books one day, and he becomes obsessed with her and starts stalking her. And it's him basically narrating and talking directly to her in his mind, and he's watching outside her house. Let's keep reading. Hey, so I was reading You, and all of a sudden I started thinking about my sister, the serial killer. And what I concluded is I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.5. And the first half was great. I liked being inside Korede. I think you pronounce it that way. The big sister's head. And I also really liked, you know, reading about the younger sister. And I was just expecting like a big, not big plot twist, but at least like some good climax at the end. Like maybe Korede
I was expecting her to do something, but it fell a little bit flat for me. So yeah, the ending wasn't that great for me, but I did not hate it. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5. It is Thursday. My skin is horrible today. I went to the gym. I keep forgetting to film a clip because I want to film a clip, but tomorrow I'm going again. Maybe I'll remember. But anyway, let's continue on with you. I'm still at the beginning. She is living her life, the girl, and Joe, I think his name is Joe, yeah, the stalker, is just following her around, and it's so creepy. Let's see how this goes. Last update of the day. Well, it's actually past midnight. I'm on page 90. Joe really thinks that he knows her. And he is always saying that he is protecting her. Like, she is at her house and she walks naked in front of the window, and he says, what if perverts see her? And I'm like, dude, you're talking about yourself. You're that pervert looking through the window. And then he does the same thing when they go on their first date. And he sees other men looking at her, and he says they look at her like they can see through denim, through her jeans. And then 2 seconds later, he is fantasizing and talking about her appearance. I'm like, wow. I'm kind of enjoying the way that it's written too. Also, the fact that she loses her phone and doesn't shut it down because she is scared that her mom will find out, and her mother is paying unnecessary bills, like unnecessary phone bills, and I would never. That's a waste. Oh my god. And then like someone could have my phone and my info, which is what is happening here. By the way, I don't want to spoil a lot, but I just really want to talk about it. I want to talk about something in this vlog, you know. I'm not doing very much, and I'm sorry about that. Today wasn't a great day, and since it's late, I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow a little bit. It's Friday, and welcome back to my bedroom in my bed. I promise I went out today. I went to the gym again. Yeah, I'm not doing much these days because the COVID cases are going back up here in Italy, and they are trying to prevent a new lockdown. And so there's a curfew maybe. I think this weekend they after 9 you cannot stay in the city squares and stuff. So at least the gyms are still open. They have been talking about closing the gyms, which I don't get. As long as we are, I don't know, wearing masks and using, you know, distance. Yesterday I told you guys that it hasn't been a great day, but overall it hasn't been a great week because as I showed you at the beginning of this vlog, I graduated last week. It's been a week already, and I'm just trying to figure out what my next step is going to be, and that is scary because I have absolutely no idea what I have to do next. A lot of my friends and people I know are doing grad school, like masters, and I don't know if I want to do that. One thing is for sure is that I don't want to stay here in Palermo in Sicily. I want to go somewhere else. I just want to start a career. I don't know, maybe some internships and stuff. I have to figure it out. I'm in this process of figuring what my next step is, and this year overall hasn't helped because it's already hard to figure out what your next step is going to be, and this pandemic situation isn't helping because the economy isn't great and you cannot really move from where you are that much. I just noticed that my hair is crazy. But anyway, let's talk about the book. I am on page 300. I have 120 pages left. I'm getting kind of sick of being in Joe's head because he's very gross. He's really gross. He's always like in denial of stuff, and he's obsessed, of course. He thinks that she is obsessed with him, which is sick. Yeah, I don't like any of the characters. I don't like Beck. I don't like Peach. I don't like Joe, obviously, but I think Joe sometimes is funny, like when he's talking about IKEA and the college kids, brown kids. I don't know. Sometimes he makes me laugh a little bit, but still very uncomfortable. So it's a few hours later, and I am on page 386, almost done, and finally something is happening because I think this book was getting boring, and it's maybe 50 pages too long. The way he talks about her, like he's a zookeeper and she's an animal and she has PMS, and that's why she is acting some sort of ways, is wow. I can't stand him anymore. I mean, it is keeping my attention, I have to say, and I am enjoying it, but I'm just enough. I don't want to hear him anymore. Also, do people really tweet such things? Because he reads her tweets, you know, he's a stalker, and I think that some of the tweets are, wow, I don't like her. Anyway, I'm done. It is 1 o'clock at night and I finally finished this book, and I'm not gonna spoil the ending obviously, but I would have done some things differently if I were Beck. Am I the only one who needs to process what they've read before actually putting a rating? Because I do, but overall I did enjoy this book. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I have to decide what to read next. I officially started this reading vlog on Tuesday, so today it's past midnight, so today is Saturday. I have to read other 2 books. I do love reading physically, but I am a person that cannot read hours and hours physically. I have to take a break and do something else, and while I do something else, if I have an audiobook, I'm actually like still reading, you know. I think Karen Slaughter has her other book, The Good Daughter, on here. Pretty Girls is in another language. I cannot obviously listen to that, so maybe I'll read The Good Daughter. Hello. So it is Sunday evening. I know I didn't vlog yesterday and I keep making excuses. This vlog isn't very good, but at least I'm reading, right? By the way, I think I'm getting used to these glasses. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of this vlog, but I got new glasses, new lenses, and I just couldn't get used to them. Yesterday, I needed to take a break from thrillers and I read The Poet X. I'll talk about it in my wrap-up. But now, I'm gonna continue on with my thrillers. I know, what the hell is this vlog? I also went out yesterday because today, basically, they closed everything up again, like most of the places, like gyms. I can't go to the gym anymore, so it's official until the 24th of November, and that makes me sad because everyone was following the rules, and I believe that other places should be controlled, you know, like public transport and other places, because gyms and theaters, they close the theaters. There are places with rules, you know, like social distancing and masks. Restaurants, pizzerias, and all the food places are open until 6 p.m. and after that you can order. And yeah, I'm just done with 2020. Let's read. What am I gonna read? I kind of want to do some skincare, so I'm gonna read The Good Daughter. So I'm on Goodreads
And it says The Good Daughter #1. Is this going to be a series? Let me know. There aren't any sequels out yet.
To run faster. The tendons cording through her legs. Charlotte screamed. Samantha stumbled. The baton dropped. Gamma let out a loud curse. Idiot. Samantha tried. Much more than an obligatory slap with white paint, mixtapes, CDs, and a computer, and a television. Samantha muttered. He didn't get the last into Samantha's head when she walked through the door. The previous occupant, a 96-year-old bachelor, had died in the downstairs bedroom last year. It into her sister's face. Charlotte gasped. Wash the dishes if you can do that twice in a row. Samantha countered. You toss it into my mouth once and I'll wash dishes for a week. It created a labyrinth through the rooms and hallways, all filled.
I don't know if I mentioned it on my channel before, but in September I kind of got into skincare and I learned a lot, especially watching you do like skincare by Hiram. I think he's great. I am very into like no plastic, no waste. Obviously this is plastic. The ordinary one is in a glass bottle, so I have to find like some other options, but this is working great so far. That is just part of it because I have other serums and I use sunscreen in the day. So I read the synopsis of The Good Daughter. I never did that before, I don't know why, but it is about a story of a family that 28 years ago was broken basically because their mom was killed, their dad was devastated. 28 years later, another event happens and the good daughter, one of the daughters, is, you know, a lot of memories are brought back to her, and I guess we have to figure out what actually happened that night. I don't know. So let's see. So I just finished the introduction and that was a long introduction. It was over an hour and it was interesting. I am interested. It was the scene, whatever happened 28 years prior, present day, and now chapter 1 we're beginning, you know, the story 28 years later, and I am very interested. And I don't know how realistic that last part of the introduction was, but I'm gonna keep reading. Wait a minute, is this book over 600 pages? I don't think this is going to be a week-long vlog anymore. It is Monday. I am almost 200 pages into The Good Daughter by Karin Slaughter. Today I haven't done much. I basically read, obviously, and I watched 13 Reasons Why. This month I am watching season 2, 3, and now 4 of 13 Reasons Why. And in particular I watched season 6, which was very intense. It is about a school shooting and I can't believe things like this happen. I mean, I believe it. I have to believe it because it really does happen, and I can't imagine being in that situation. But it is very interesting because I watched that episode and now I'm reading this book which deals with a girl bringing a gun to school as well. This is basically what happens 28 years later. I do not want to spoil much, but we're discovering that this girl was bullied, and it really is giving me, you know, 13 Reasons Why vibes. I have finished The Good Daughter by Karin Slaughter, and I can't believe I read this huge book in 3 days. Yeah. It was good. It was really good. I think I'm giving it a 4.5 stars. It's not my all-time favorite, but it's definitely my favorite so far for this vlog. And the things that I didn't like were that it was a little bit slow in the middle, like there was a lot of dialogue. It was very character driven and the book really focused on the relationships, which is not a bad thing at all, but it meant that it dragged a little bit, and thankfully I had the audiobook that helped me get through this quickly. And as I said, a lot of focus on the relationships between the sisters, which
was great, and father-daughter relationship between husband and wife. I really liked that. But yeah, it was a little bit slow sometimes, and they were also talking about a character as slow and not intelligent, so that kind of seemed off. But anyways, there was a trans character, there was a disabled character, so there is representation. There are also 3 twists, kind of like revelations, and the last one I predicted like earlier on, but the second one was good, and the first revelation, like what actually happened 28 years earlier, made me tear up, and I was so emotional. That never really happens, but yeah, so trigger warnings, there were a few, and it's very graphic, and you know, the violence, it's very graphic, so if you feel like you can't handle it, maybe this book is not for you. But overall, it was a very well written, well done book, and as I said, it's my favorite so far. Kelly, if you've read the book, sounds like a child, not an 18-year-old, but fine. Now I have watched a couple of episodes of 13 Reasons Why. That is still happening. This season has a lot of social commentary, and I'm gonna talk about it in my wrap-up, but now I have to read the last book for this vlog, which is Gone Girl. So I'll talk to you when I actually start this book. I have been reading the past 2 days. I am 70% through Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I look absolutely crazy. It's basically another lockdown here. You know, 2020, I'm over it. I've said it enough. Well, let's move on. Happy Halloween, by the way, to anyone who celebrates it. I know you're gonna watch this if you're watching this video like 3 days later. I hope you had a good Halloween. And yeah, so my plans for today is to finish this book. You know, I only have like 30% left. I also want to watch the movie because I've watched it years ago and I want to rewatch it and, you know, do some sort of comparison. But yeah, overall I'm really enjoying it. I did remember some things, just not a lot at all. And it's about this couple, a married couple, that on their 5th anniversary the wife disappears, and the husband is a suspect of murder because there's blood on the ground and there's no body yet, but they suspect him. I really, really, really hate Nick. Siri, I'm not talking to you. Every time that I want to talk to Siri, she doesn't hear me. And anyway, I absolutely hate Nick because he is very sexist, misogynistic. He talks about women in their 40s like they're lost causes, and I'm like, he's also very, very stupid. I do not want to spoil it, but he does very stupid things. Like, come on. Amy, I liked her in the first part, obviously, but she's smart, and yeah, I like how she notices how commercials these days marketed to women are all about tampons and cleaning products, and I absolutely agree, and I hate that. There's this character in this book that is accused of rape, and Nick meets him, and Nick says that he doesn't look like a rapist. He is very skinny and geeky, I guess. I don't know, but honestly, what does a rapist look like? It could be anyone. And I believe that this book like kickstarted a lot of other thriller stories, you know? And I'll talk to you guys later when I've actually finished this book and watched the movie, and I'll wrap this thing up. It's officially November and I need to wrap this vlog up because I haven't uploaded in 4 weeks, a month, so I need to edit this and put it on my channel because I really want to. And overall, this was very successful. I finished Gone Girl. I watched the movie last night and it was good. I rewatched it. It was faithful and some things were missing, but you know, you can't put everything in a movie. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. I give it 4 stars, not 5, because, you know, I already knew the story. I didn't remember the very end. I will talk about it in a little bit, you know, in a little spoiler section, but overall I really enjoyed it, and the reasons why I didn't give 5 stars were because I already knew kind of the story, and the second reason is the ending was kind of off, and I'm gonna explain it to you now. So I'm gonna put spoilers. When this is gonna get off the screen, you know that I'm done speaking about spoilers, so talking about spoilers. So the ending, I wasn't expecting it, obviously, because it's a very unique kind of, I think this story was very unique when it came out, and I was expecting one of them to be dead or both. I didn't remember at all, but that didn't happen. The thing that was really weird is when she was with Desi, she saw Nick's interviews, and she saw how he was, you know, trying to be a loving husband and wanting her to come back, and all of a sudden all her plans of a year, everything she planned, you know, she planned everything perfectly, she decided to not go through with it and go back home. And I'm like, okay, you're mentally unstable, and maybe the fact that you were robbed or Desi was driving you crazy made you want to go back, but you changed your mind fairly quickly, and that was weird. But she came home. Even when she came home and she saw that her husband doesn't love her, she decided to not divorce him and stay with him, forcing him to be the loving husband she wanted him to be. And all the argument that he made about her coming back and divorcing him was great, you know, when he started telling her, divorce me, you know, you come back as the amazing Amy after everything that happened to you, and you come back and you divorce your cheating husband. That's very, you know, female empowerment and all that. I thought that that was a great argument, but she wasn't having it. She didn't care. She said, nope, I'm gonna stay with you and you're gonna love me, even though she doesn't love you, you know. She started saying, you know, marriages aren't perfect and all that, which, okay, but yeah. And then he was trying to leave her, and all of a sudden she's pregnant, and I know he really, really wanted this kid, but he decided to, you know, delete all whatever he wrote and stay with her. That was really, you know, odd, but interesting. That's the reason why I didn't give it 5 stars. But overall, I think this vlog has been awesome, because I have 3 4 stars, 1 3.5, and 1 4.5. My least favorite was My Sister the Serial Killer, which wasn't bad. It was just very short and not very shocking, you know. And 4.5 stars, my favorite is The Good Daughter, which was very character driven, very, you know, I liked the twist, the middle twist, you know, what happened in the middle, and it made me emotional. I did like that one. A close second is Gone Girl, and then the very first one was The Kind Worth Killing, and You, which I believe is not a favorite of a lot of avid thriller readers, but I'm currently watching the show. It's good. I mean, he's very gross, always talking about lady parts, and, you know, but you know, it was something new for me, and I enjoyed this experience. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It was all over the place, all over October, you know, and I need to upload this now. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.